Namaste and welcome everyone to the next episode of Seedhi Baat. This is your host Lovepreet Kaur along with Pavan, and we have with us a very special guest from Haryana today, Mr. Jaideep Singh. It's said that poets and heroes are of the same race. The latter do what the former conceive. We might not be having a real Superman right now, but we have a real Jaideep for you to bring about the magic and share his views about re envisioning youth with poetry. So let's welcome him. Well, Jaideep, I think we are really blessed to have you on our podcast today. Thank you so much for joining us. I've heard that the poets are called the unacknowledged legislatures of the world. Well, this means that you are great in decision making. I want to know what is your mantra of decision making in your life? Also, why do you think backup is very important, especially for people who choose unconventional fields like poetry or music for their career? Here, let me add that Jaideep is a national poet and he's very good in Hindi. So I would want Jaideep to answer as per his convenience in his language of mastery, that is Hindi or Punjabi, or in English.
First of all, it's an honor for me to be on Siddhi Baat. Thank you, Lovepreet and Pavan, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I would also like to thank the one who is listening to my voice right now and making me under depth by giving their precious time and attention. I really respect that thing. I really feel it's my responsibility to give something constructive with my words. So, once again, I would like to give lots of love to all the listeners of Siddhi Baat. I used the term love because I think love is the biggest emotion in this world. I want a favor from the listeners of Siddhi Baat. I want you to love yourself, love your family, love your friends, love me, love your enemies, even. I would say love everybody because that will make your life beautiful. So, my dear friends, now you can go to the girl whom you are admiring from a long time and say, I love you. And if she accepts you, you can thank me on Facebook. And if something misfortunate happens, then you can use my reference that a very motivational speaker, Jaideep, said to love everybody. In that way, you can save your friendship and it will work as your backup plan, my dear friends. So here goes the first lesson. Don't fear to take risks in life, but you must have fear of not having a backup. Okay, exceptions are always there. But whether in the field of career, passion, business, job, relationships, education, everything, first try to have a backup in risky decisions. Wherever there is a fear of losing something. In that way, we can save ourselves from psychological breakdown. Because we don't need Devdas these days. We need psychologically stable and physically fit youth. And that can be achieved by making youth fearless in risk-taking activities. Only two things can happen, whether you will live or you will die. या तो जीना है या मरना है. सहर अंसारी साहब कहते हैं, यह मरना जीना भी शायद मजबूरी की दो लहरें हैं. कुछ सोच के मरना चाहा था, कुछ सोच के जीना चाहा है.
Well, that was very well said, Jaideep. And I think this is a good dose of motivation for those who were waiting for such a motivation. And you don't have to worry because Jaideep is taking the charge of all that you're gonna go through. Well, it's said that a poet is a liar who always speaks the truth. I want to know from you, Jaideep, why did you choose this particular topic for today's podcast? What inspires you towards poetry, and how do you think it is an instrument of change for the society, for the mindset of people, and how can we actually re-envision youth through poetry?
Yes, Lovepreet, I would love to take the charge, whether it is fortunate or unfortunate. I would like to quote here the lines of my very dear friend, his Param Nimana. He was my classmate in Punjab University Urdu class and have written some lines. I would like to quote those. They are like, ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਗੁਸਤਾਖੀ ਜੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਦਿਓ ਮਾਫੀ ਜੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨਫ਼ਰਤ ਹੀ ਕਾਫੀ ਜੀ. Well, that's an amazing question and I was waiting for this question. Now let me tell you why I have chosen this specific topic, re-envisioning of youth through poetry. Re-envisioning means to reimagine or to envision something according to the updation of time. Everybody knows that nothing is permanent, neither happiness nor sadness. Good days or bad days, happiness and sadness, victory and loss, all are transient and will pass. Don't get attached to either. Na to sukh, na to dukh. I would like to quote my poem. I have written a poem. It is a motivational one. That what is the power, what is the energy of a human being? It is ना तो सुख ना तो दुख, ना तो रुख ना तो झुक, तू नाथ है सनाथ है, तू ही अयोध्या नाथ है, अल्लाह भी तेरे साथ है, गुरु गोविंद की जमात है, जमात की क्या बात है, तू नानक है, तू जीसस है, तो खुद ही तेरे साथ है, जो सारी कायनात है बेशक तेरे खिलाफ है, हौसलों की जो ये बात है तो कैसी इत्तेलाफ है, तूने हराया है तुझे तो तू ही जीत जाएगा, छोड़ गम की बातों को खुशी के गीत गाएगा, तू देख कर प्रचंड रूप तो खुद ही मुस्कुराएगा, जब जब ये गीत गाएगा, जब जब ये गीत गाएगा, तू काल है विशाल है, तू माता जी का लाल है, तेरी आब्रूह में तो ब्रह्म का जलाल है, जीत निश्चित है जब तो काहे का सवाल है, तो काहे का बवाल है, तू सूर्य चीर जाएगा, दरिया के पारे आएगा, पवन में गुनगुनाएगा, रे हाँ हाँ तू ही मुस्कुराएगा, जब जब ये गीत गाएगा, जब जब ये गीत गाएगा, और जय की जीत पर भी हंस, जय की जीत पर भी हंस, तू जय के साथ साथ हंस, तू बेकरार हो के हंस, तू तार तार हो के हंस, तू नाश का प्रतीप है, अखंड ज्योति दीप है, तू जीत के समीप है, क्योंकि तू जय दीप है. Well, my name is Jaideep and it means victory of light. But I feel that this poem has some kind of vibrations. Whenever I recite this poem, and I get this review from a lot of people, whenever they listen this poem, they feel a kind of vibration in themselves. And they say they have the energy. They feel some kind of energy. And I feel whoever listens to this poem, he or she is Jaideep. He or she can win our light and destruct the darkness and spread the positivity of light. So I told you why I chosen the topic re-envisioning the youth, because I personally think that things have to be re-envisioned with the upgradation of time. I think we just need to walk and run in the direction of our dreams, because things change, people change, even our dreams will be changed. See how we are adapting to technology, how we are changing in this lockdown due to corona pandemic. Let me tell you specifically, I added the term re-envisioning the youth, I added the term through poetry because I love to be called as poet. To be honest, I love to recite my poems. Honestly speaking, even if God of death comes to me and asks me for my last wish, I will just request him to please let me recite a poem. That reminds me of a joke that when a man traveling in a bus just to conversate with his co-passenger asked, "What do you do?" And that co-passenger responded excitingly that "I am a poet. What do you do?" And he said, "I am deaf, I can't hear." So sometimes this happens with the poets, but let me tell you the truth. I feel immense happiness when people call me at different places. I'm not boasting about myself. If you think I'm doing, please just ignore it. But as a person of art, as a person who is just trying to do something creative and constructive in society, I feel extremely happy and immensely blessed when people invite me to places such as educational institutes, schools, colleges, blood donation camps, in hospitals, spiritual and religious functions, youth events, cultural programs, scientific programs, social work events, motivational events, temples, gurdwaras, places of God, IT companies, banks, NCC camps, NSS camps. Even I am that blessed. I got the opportunity to participate as a jury member in CSSRI, Central Soil Sanitary Research Institute. We were amazing poets. They were actually senior scientists of CSSRI and they were performing amazingly the poems in front of me. That love, those blessings makes you a more responsible human being. I still remember I still remember Lovepreet when I was in NYPF National Youth Parliament function and in the hotel Trifina where we stayed. On second day in the night around 11:30 p.m. I was sitting on the reception sofa and reciting my poems with 3-4 friends around me. I still remember Lovepreet, you commented, "ये तो पूरा सरताज लगता है." Yes, Dr. Satinder Sartaj. I admire him a lot. And guess what? I studied from the same teacher from whom he have studied at Punjab University, Chandigarh. I got the opportunity to meet Dr. Satinder Sartaj. I recited my poems in front of him. He admired me and hugged me. I was in tears at that time. I still remember that compliment, Lovepreet, because you cannot forget how someone makes you feel. And poetry is overflow of feelings only. And to tell you that what attracts me towards poetry, I think it's a kind of blessing. You do not get attracted towards poetry, just poetry comes to you. It's kind of blessings. You cannot attract the blessings of God. You can just pray for it and blessings will come to you automatically. Poetry is just like that. It is in air. It's kind of blessings of God that blessed you when you start writing. The words are in, it is not your words. It just comes to you from some spiritual power. And you are just a medium to note down on the paper. And how do I think poetry can be an instrument of change? For that I have to tell you about a soulful experience, my personal experience. I still remember it was really soulful experience, my dear. Once I was in Central Jail. Let me tell you, I was invited as a poet there, not as a criminal. But I performed in front of 300 prisoners, and after my performance, one young prisoner in tears came running towards me and committed that I was on the wrong track and I will do the good deeds in the future. That experience enthralled me. Even today his words echoes in my ear. I get goosebumps remembering those moments. If I'm talking about re-envisionment of youth, let me clear, when I'm using the term youth, it is for both the genders. For a better society, instead of teaching gender equality, preferences must be given to the teachings of gender differences. How a boy is different from a girl and how a girl is different from a boy. It must be taught in schools. Why are we imposing that girls are equal to boys or girls are superior to boys or inferior to boys? Why are we using these kind of terms? Why don't we try to teach that every person, irrespective of gender, is unique? Okay, girls, females are known for their kind and soft nature, while males are for masculine and hard physical activities. But females like Kalpana Chawla, Arunima Sinha, Bachendri Pal have been setting examples from a decade. I would like to quote the lines of poetess Kavita Tiwari. जिम्मेदारियों का बोझ परिवार पे पड़ा तो ऑटो रिक्शा ट्रेन को चलाने लगी बेटियां, साहस के साथ अंतरिक्ष को भी भेद डाला, सुना वायुयान भी उड़ाने लगी बेटियां, और कितने उदाहरण ढूंढ कर लाऊं, हर क्षेत्र शक्ति आजमाने लगी बेटियां, अरे वीर की शहादत पे अर्थी को कांधा देके अब शमशान तक जाने लगी बेटियां. What I want to say is, whenever a woman breaks the stereotype, then she receives immense respect. Slogans like लड़कियां लड़कों के कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर चल रही हैं, हमारी छोरियां छोरों से कम थोड़ी ना हैं. By these kind of slogans, we are just spreading the idea or just the message that when they did something equal to men, that's the only reason they deserve respect. They are getting respect. We exaggerate this thing a lot. What about a woman who do casual job or work? We don't give her that much respect what she deserves. Why a woman always need to prove something to get respected? Why she always have to give that Agni Pariksha types? The way we are exaggerating women empowerment today, there is no doubt that women will be empowered. But then the need of slogans like Beta Bachao, Beta Padhao will be aroused. And then, if we keep on exaggerating males, then the need will be of again female empowerment. So, what's the conclusion? How can we get out of this cycle? I think our slogans should be सबको पढ़ाओ, सबको बचाओ और एक बेहतर हिंदुस्तान बनाओ.
कहते हैं इस दुनिया में सबसे मुश्किल जो शब्द है कहना वो है वाह. जब आप ये शब्द किसी के लिए कहते हैं तो आप सिर्फ अपना अहंकार ही नहीं तोड़ते बल्कि आप किसी का दिल भी जीत लेते हैं. और दिल जीतने की जो ये टैलेंट है ये जयदीप में शुरुआत से ही बहुत ज़्यादा है. NYPF की पहली ही शाम में इन्होंने किस तरह से अपनी पोएम्स के थ्रू सभी को एक बंधन में बांध लिया, ये काबिले तारीफ था. I could already see a youth leader in him who was actually bringing about change in the society with his poems. The way he explained how he could actually change the mindset of a criminal is a big thing. Just imagine if a criminal could want to become a good human after listening to his poems. People like us who are not even criminals but are doing mistakes on a smaller scale, how much we can be motivated to go ahead in the right direction. Also, there's a poet in everyone. Absolutely right when he said that poetry is an emotion. It's there in the air. It comes to you. सभी शायर बन जाते हैं लेकिन दुख में ही शायर बनना कोई ज़रूरी थोड़ी ना है. So I'm personally feeling very empowered already by the amount of good things that you have discussed by now. But this brings me to my next question. As we were discussing, Jaideep, you have probably been to every single place and situation to recite your poems. You are doing a very good work. But I want to know from you, what inspired you to take up this field? Who is your favorite poet and why? Is there any poem that actually is very close to your heart and gives you the motivation to be a poet?
Well, that's a lovely question, Lovepreet. Let me tell you, when I was in class 12th, I was so inspired by my physics teacher, Mr. Ravikant Sanehi. I was so pleased by his personality and his way of teaching. I just wanted to be like him. He was so dedicated towards his job. He just wanted us to learn physics. He made me fall in love with the physics subject when I was in class 12th. Generally, he used to talk about academic stuff only. But I still remember, it was 2nd of October. It was Gandhiji's Jayanti. And somehow he started giving a moral lesson. I still remember a line of that lesson. He said, never idealize anyone. If you want to idealize the thinking, idealize the positivity, idealize the positiveness. That is what I want to convey. It's his message. He said, you just know me as a teacher. You just know one side of mine. You just know that I teach with my passion. You don't know about my personal relations, how I am in my personal life. Same applies to everywhere. If you find something good in a person, just try to idealize that good thing, not that whole person. That is what I want to convey. देखो, डॉक्टर सतेंद्र सरताज जी है said, हर आदमी च हुंदा एक नेक इंसान, हर आदमी दे अंदर बदमाश हुंदा है. There are goods and bads in everybody. हर एक के अंदर अच्छाइयाँ भी होती हैं, खामियाँ भी होती हैं. लेकिन आपको एक ऐसा वैक्यूम क्लीनर बनना है जो अच्छाइयों को अपनी तरफ खींचे. आपको पॉजिटिव्स देखनी है. Rest, if I talk about poets, I like a lot of poems. द वे जब एक इंसान कोई कविता लिखता है उस टाइम पर उसकी जो थॉट प्रोसेस होता है वो कुछ अलग होता है और कुछ टाइम के बाद वो बदल भी जाता है. इवन आई थिंक लाइक दैट. आज से 3 साल पहले जो मैंने कविताएं लिखी, आज हो सकता है उनसे मेरा थोड़ा सा व्यू पॉइंट अलग हो गया हो. आप किसी भी पर्सन को आइडियलाइज नहीं करते हैं, आप उसकी पोइट्री के साथ खुद को रिलेट करते हैं। और मेरे को क्या चीज़ इंस्पायर करती है पोएम्स कहने के लिए, कविताएं कहने के लिए, दैट्स द पीपल ओनली। इट्स द पीपल लाइक यू, आई गिव क्रेडिट टू यू पीपल। इट्स नॉट मी, it's not Jaideep who is speaking in front of people. It's the people speaking in me. It's my audience. It's the blessing of those people. उन लोगों का जो आशीर्वाद है, जो ब्लेसिंग्स हैं, जो लोग मुझे प्यार करते हैं, जो सामने बैठ करके सुनते हैं, अपना प्रीशियस टाइम देते हैं, इट्स जस्ट दैट। उनकी जो क्लैप्स हैं, उनकी आंखों में जो चमक होती है, जो मैं महसूस करता हूँ, उनकी जो एनर्जी को महसूस करता हूँ, वही चीज़ मुझे मोटिवेट करती है कि मैं कविताएं कहूँ। पोएट्स मैं बहुत सारे पढ़ता हूँ, बहुत सारे सुनता हूँ। जॉन एलिया साहब मुझे बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं, डॉक्टर राहत इंदौरी, कुमार विश्वास, डॉक्टर सतिंदर सरताज, जॉन कीट्स, शेक्सपियर, आई कैन नेम अ लॉट। इवन कि रवि पराशर जी को मैं काफ़ी पढ़ रहा हूँ आजकल। मतलब मैं हर तरीके के इंसान को पढ़ना चाहता हूँ। आई जस्ट वॉन्ट टू रीड अबाउट द डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स। एक मेरे दोस्त हैं वरुण आनंद, जो आजकल लिख रहे हैं, मैं उनको भी पढ़ता हूँ। जो पुराने लिखे हैं, मिर्ज़ा गालिब साहब, बशीर बद्र साहब, उर्दू की शायरी जिन्होंने लिखी है, हिंदी में सूरदास। तो ये सभी चीज़ें जो है, आप हर जगह से आपको कुछ ना कुछ सीखने को मिलता है। आप गुरबानी से सीख सकते हैं, कीरत करो, नाम जपो, वंड छको, इट्स ऑल्सो काइंड ऑफ पोइट्री। कितना वधिया मैसेज है। आप भगवत गीता से कुछ सीख सकते हैं। कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन कर्म फल हेतु भूमाते संगवस्तव कर्मणि वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीरानि विहाय जीर्णा नयानि सयाति नवानि देहि। विच मीन्स कि हमारा जो जिस तरीके से हम एक वस्त्र से दूसरे वस्त्र बदलते हैं, उसी तरीके से हमारा जो शरीर है, हमारी जो आत्मा है, वो शरीर को बदलती है। आत्मा अमर है, शरीर नश्वर है। दैट्स अ काइंड ऑफ स्पिरिचुअल थिंग। तो आप अगर उसको भी समझेंगे, स्पिरिचुअल रियलिटी को भी आप समझ सकते हैं। तो आई गेट मोटिवेटेड बाय ऑल दिस थिंग्स। आप कुरान शरीफ से सीखते हैं। कुरान शरीफ में लिखा है, इल्लल्लाह ला युगय्यिरु मा बे कौमिन अतः युगय्यिरु मा बे अनफुसिहिम। इसका मतलब है कि खुदा किसी भी कौम की हालत को तब तक नहीं बदलता जब तक वहां का इंसान कोई कर्तव्य ना करे, कार्य ना करे, कर्म ना करे। जब तक आप मेहनत नहीं करेंगे, खुद से उठ करके वो कीरत नहीं करोगे, उन्ना चिर थानू फल किमें मिलूगा। सो आई बिलीव आई टेक इंस्पिरेशन फ्रॉम ऑल दी सोर्सेज। जहां से भी आपको कुछ अच्छा सीखने को मिलता है, फ्रॉम द सनलाइट, सनलाइट से आप सीखो कैसे वो अंधकार का सर्वनाश करती है। यू कैन लर्न फ्रॉम इट। आपके आसपास में बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें हैं जिससे आपको बहुत कुछ अच्छा दिख सकता है। वो कहते हैं ना, इट इज एन एडवर्ब, ब्यूटी लाइज इन द आईज ऑफ बिहोल्डर। आप खूबसूरती देखेंगे, आपकी आंखों में खूबसूरती है तो आपको खूबसूरत चीज़ें ही दिखेंगी। बट द थिंग इज दैट अगर आपको एक सफ़ेद पेपर दे दिया जाए, हमको, आई वुड रेडर से हमको, अगर हमको एक सफ़ेद पेपर दे दिया जाए और उसके ऊपर एक ब्लैक डॉट हो, तो हम सब लोग उस ब्लैक डॉट को नोटिस करेंगे, उस सफ़ेद कागज़ को नहीं नोटिस करेंगे। दैट मीन्स हम उसके अंदर डिफेक्ट ढूंढने वाली, हमारे जो सबकॉन्शियसली हमारा जो माइंड ट्रेंड हो चुका है कि हम हर चीज़ में कुछ नेगेटिविटी, कुछ कमियां निकालने की कोशिश करते हैं। आई एम जस्ट अ पर्सन हु इज़ ट्राइंग बेस्ट टू फाइंड पॉजिटिविटी, टू क्रिएट पॉजिटिविटी, टू क्रिएट समथिंग गुड आउट ऑफ दिस लाइफ। आपको जो गिफ्ट मिला है, ज़िंदगी मिली है, दैट यू कैन ब्रीथ, यू कैन सी, यू कैन फील, यू कैन लव एवरीवन। ये जो फीलिंग्स हैं, ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर इंस्पायरिंग। इट इज़ नॉट नेसेसरी कि आप जाएं किसी आप मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर को सुने, कोई सोलफुल टॉक सुने, देन ओनली यू गेट इंस्पायर्ड और मोटिवेशन। यू कैन जस्ट लुक इन टू द मिरर एंड दैट पर्सन कैन इंस्पायर यू टू डू एनीथिंग इन योर लाइफ। थैंक यू।
That was such a beautiful answer, Jaideep. And I'm really proud of people like you who have such a positive outlook towards life. When we look around us, it's beautiful to see how the flowers teach us to be happy, especially the rose while being in thorns. The rivers teach us how to go with the flow in life. The trees teach us how to give shelter to everyone, how to give fruits to everyone. The nature is so selfless. The birds wake up as alarm clocks in the morning. We don't give them anything in return, but they are giving us so much love, selfless love. And it's beautiful if all of us start doing that. And I strongly believe, Jaideep, that we need a vision like yours to observe the beauty and to be the beauty for everyone. Well, this brings me to my next question, which is basically a curiosity question. As you may know, poems are a part of our culture. They have been in our culture for a very long time now. First of all, I want to know what are the various forms that you are aware of, whether it's Indian or foreign. How do you think poetry has come a long way from our past? Along with this, I also want to know what is your knowledge about the poets in the past? How do you think the trend of poetry has changed from the past and in the present? And how can we save this art from dying? Because today all of us are running towards conventional career options, like being engineers or doctors, etc., which is not bad. But at the same time, how can we keep ourselves connected with our roots and our culture through poetry? I want to know your view on that.
Well, that's really a lovely question, Lovepreet. I would like to tell you there are basically six emotions in a human being. It's about happiness, sadness, fear, disgust, anger, and surprise. Whether you talk about past or present or any time frame, you will see poems and write ups are revolving around these six emotions only. If I talk about Hindi poetry, there are 9 types of emotions, you can say, or 9 types of रस. 9 प्रकार के रस होते हैं हिंदी कविता में. श्रृंगार रस, that stands for romance, love. वीर रस, that is for courage. रुआद्रा रस, that stands for anger. विभात्सा रस, hatred के लिए. करुणा रस, that stands for sorrow. अद्भुत, that stands for astonished. शांत रस, जो कविता सुनकर के आपको बहुत पीसफुल महसूस हो. यू फील अ साइलेंस इन योर बॉडी. वो शांत रस की कविताएं होती हैं. हास्य रस, पोएम्स दैट मेक यू लाफ. भयानक रस, फियरफुल पोएम्स जो होती हैं. सम स्कॉलर्स ऐड वन मोर रस इन दिस, दैट इज भक्ति रस, that we use for the spirituality or spiritual poems. Same is in English. In English, there are sonnet, narrative, haiku poems, acrostic poems are there, short poems are there, metaphor poems are there. And if I talk about ghazal or Urdu poetry, ghazal was started as the praise of beloved. अपने महबूब की तारीफ की बात को कहने को गज़ल कहा जाता था. It was started like this. And ghazal was originated in Arabia during 7th century. अरबी ज़बान में होती थी. धीरे धीरे वो उर्दू से आई. उर्दू इज़ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ हिंदी, इंग्लिश, संस्कृत. अब कोई भी हिंदी बोलते हैं तो वो उर्दू के बिना नहीं बोलते हैं, और उर्दू बोलते हैं तो हिंदी के बिना नहीं बोलते हैं. हिंदी एंड उर्दू आर लाइक सिस्टर्स. डॉक्टर कुमार विश्वास की कुछ लाइन्स हैं कि ये उर्दू बज़्म है और मैं तो हिंदी माँ का जाया हूँ. ज़बान मुल्क की बहनें हैं, ये पैगाम लाया हूँ. मुझे दुगनी मोहब्बत से सुनो उर्दू ज़बां वालो. मैं अपनी माँ का बेटा हूँ, मैं घर मौसी के आया हूँ. Once I written the line when I was studying in Punjab University. I did a certificate course in Urdu language there. I written रहमत दा असर ज़रूर हुंदा है. रहमत का असर ज़रूर होता है जिनके सरों पर फतूर होता है. अनपढ़ गवारों को मालूम ही क्या. रहमत का असर ज़रूर होता है जिनके सिरों पर फितूर होता है. अनपढ़ गवारों को मालूम ही क्या. उर्दू का हर अक्षर कोहिनूर होता है. सो इफ़ आई टॉक अबाउट उर्दू पोइट्री, देन a single line of a Urdu ghazal is known as a misra. The combination of 2 lines or 2 misra is known as a शेर. और जो पहला शेर होता है उर्दू गज़ल में उसको मतला कहा जाता है. उर्दू गज़ल कंसिस्ट ऑफ ग्रामेटिकल टर्म्स लाइक काफिया, रदीफ, मीटर, बहर. These things must be there in a ghazal. After that there is nazam. Nazam means open poetry, but still it has some rhymes. नज़म में भी राइम होती है. But a golden tip for today's writer, advice for today's writer is that, including me, आज हमको ज़रूरत है लिखने की. To become a writer you just have to write. Okay. The main thing should be there is your emotion. आपका जो है इमोशन होना चाहिए कुछ भी आप लिख रहे हैं. And as you said, people are going into different fields like technology, becoming engineer, doctors. Everyone has his aim in life. There's nothing wrong in that. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam has said, small aim is a crime, have a great aim. Everybody have his own aim in their life. Some people want to become doctor, engineer, farmer, politician, etc. But some people have different aims. According to my views, we should live for others. There are many people who live in poverty, they live in mud house, and they are not well educated. They are not aware about cleanliness. What we should do is we should increase such people's standard of living. As I think there is much need to reform such type of society. And the matter that is most important for me is to fulfill the dream of Rabindranath Tagore, a great artist, poet, writer, and social reformer. My first effort to increase the standard of downtrodden society will be to make them independent and self reliant, so that idea of society without fear may be inculcated in the society. And that is what I want to do through my write ups. Everybody have different aim. Even if you're writing something, you must be having some aim that why you are writing. You must know that why you want to write. I want people that they can express their views freely. People must be aware of their rights. There must be some improvements in education system also, so that people can make themselves aware about the environment, and there should be no casteism among people. And Lovepreet, you said, how can we stay connected with the poetry? I think we can't disconnect with the poetry until we die. Because we are human beings, we are emotional beings, we have emotions. And what I said, it is poetry is an overflow of feelings and emotions. To a time you have feelings, you are a poet. It's not necessary that you write something in craft, then only you can become a poet, then only you can become a professional poet. Everybody have some poet in himself or herself. We are connected with the poetry, but today poetry has changed its way. Like the songs today we listen Bollywood. Okay, the idea behind that is to entertain people, and that is not bad. Okay, people want to get entertained out of their hectic life, but I think it's a responsibility of a creative person, an entertainer. It's a common responsibility that if you are giving some entertainment, you should give some social or moral message along with it. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਕੋੜੀ ਦਵਾਈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਪਤਾਸ਼ਿਆਂ 'ਚ ਭੋਰ ਕੇ ਖਾ ਲਓ ਤਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਦਵਾਈ ਵੀ ਅੰਦਰ ਚਲੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. ओके यू एंटरटेन पीपल अलॉन्ग विद दैट यू कैन गिव सम मोटिवेशन. आपका कोई सॉन्ग है ऐसा इसके एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए है, इट इज़ ओनली फॉर द एंटरटेनमेंट, उसके अंदर कोई आप एक लाइन ऐसी डाल सकते हैं जिससे कोई पॉजिटिव मैसेज, कोई सोशल मैसेज उसके अंदर जाता हो. दैट्स व्हाट आई वांट एंड व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग इज I will try, I am trying and I will try my best to reform the society so that they may come out of their narrow thinking of caste and creed also. They will be aware of their health, education, environment, and liberalism. All this matters to me the most as it satisfies my conscience. So, what I want you is do whatever satisfies your conscience. Rabindranath Tagore has said, I slept and dreamed that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted and behold, service was joy. That's all. Thank you.
Wow, I have to say, you're not just a package full of talent but also a package full of knowledge. It's very good to see that you're moving on this path not just because you like it, but also because you understand the origin of poetry. You have so much knowledge about how poetry is done, what are the different forms of poetry, and how you can use this forward to enlighten the youth in the world. And as far as the modern world is considered, then modernity is not just meant by adopting modern practices. It means to open the horizons of your mindset. Well, if we are wearing Western clothes and we are blessed enough to talk in English, we are educated, but still, if we are looking upon the underprivileged sections of the society, we are differentiating people on the basis of caste, creed, color, religion, region, or whatsoever, then we cannot call ourselves modern or educated at the same time. Jaideep has picked up a very valid point here. We need to look at the world with lots of compassion, love, understanding, and equality. That's what will help us in the future. You know what, friends? Our past is our strength. Our past defines what we are in the future. Jaideep wants to go on with poetry as his career, and he knows a lot about poetry, the origin, how it came forward, and how it should be used in the future. And that knowledge defines him. So it's very important to be rooted to your past, to know from where the culture has arisen, and to know what you want to do, how it helps the people in the future. It's very important to have this holistic vision regarding whatever career option you choose. But yes, make sure you're always doing something good for the society. Your contribution towards the universe is what matters the most. Before we move forward to hear a beautiful self composition of Jaideep, I have another question for him. Now that you have decided to be a poet, in fact, you're already a poet, how are you going to pursue this in the future, Jaideep? How do you envisage this as a bigger career? How do you want to stand out as a role model and to inspire people who want to move forward with this as a career option?
Thank you for this amazing question once again, Lovepreet. All your questions are really amazing, and I'm feeling like I'm enriching myself and I'm getting to know myself better with your questions. So thanks for that. Let me tell you, in everyone's life, there comes a moment when one thinks it is the happiest moment of one's life. He never forgets that moment in his whole life. He recalls it time to time and feels happy. As I have been blessed by many scholars, educationists, reputed poets, scientists during my school and college life. When I got first position, selected president at college, awarded with prizes, selected as best youth, and so on. At that time, I thought I want to be a poet. And when I speak on stages, people come to me and say that you can become an IAS officer. At that time, I think yes, I should go for becoming an administrative officer because I have a good vision, I can change the society. Sometimes people come to me and say that you should become a teacher. And I also feel the same. I get influenced. Everybody gets influenced by others. I feel that yes, I should become a teacher. And sometimes I write, most of the times I write nationalist poetry, patriotic poetry, and I wanted to join forces whenever I see a person in uniform, as I was also in NCC. So I feel so fascinated about uniform that I want to join forces. Many of my friends are there in forces. Let me tell you, friends, it's okay to be confused because confusion leads to all the clarity in the world. Whatever you want to do, just try to go into its depth. जो भी चीज़ आप करना चाहते हैं उसकी डेप्थ में जाके उसकी नॉलेज लीजिए, उसका बेस्ट भी देखिए और उसका वर्स्ट भी देखिए. Then do that. Just keep on doing. People say that focus on one thing. That's not for what we are trained to do, I think. At the same time, we are breathing, we are watching at things, we are feeling, we are listening, we are hearing. At the same time, we are doing multiple tasks. Same goes with the life. As I said, you should walk, you should run in the direction of your dreams. Keep on doing whatever your heart says, but along with that, you should have a backup. As I told you in the first lesson, backup should be there. There should be a safety in your life, a stability should be. There shouldn't be any psychological breakdown with you. When you achieve that stability, Along with that, keep on doing those things. Right now, teaching as a personality trainer, I'm training young minds. That's a kind of stability in my life. Along with that, I'm writing poems, and it's kind of blessing. As I said, you do not choose poetry or poems. Even every art, you can't choose an art. Art chooses you. That influences you. Art bless you. And specifically, if we talk about poems, आपने कभी कोई पोइट्री का स्कूल नहीं देखा होगा. कोई पोइट्री का स्कूल नहीं है. ओके, दे आर म्यूजिक स्कूल्स, देयर एक्टिंग स्कूल्स आर ऑल्सो देयर, बट कोई पोइट्री का स्कूल नहीं है कि यहाँ पर आओ, आप 2 साल तक कोर्स करो, आपको यहाँ पे कवि बना दिया जाएगा, पोएट बना दिया जाएगा, शायर बना दिया जाएगा. नो, नेवर. इट कांट हैपन बिकॉज इट्स यू, इट्स इनसाइड यू. सो वेदर आई विल एक्सेल इन इट प्रोफेशनली in a career aspect or not, that depends on the people. It depends on the appreciation, and somehow it also depends on the materialistic success also. But what I feel is I am happy and satisfied with the life right now. The way I am receiving the love from the people, you should love that. You should count your blessings that you are having right now. Just keep on counting those blessings and keep on excelling in your life. Like I heard an example somewhere, life is like a cricket pitch. You get the balls of opportunities there, and आप अपना बेस्ट दो, कभी ना कभी तो छक्का लगेगा ही लगेगा. Just wait for that ball, wait for that sixer. Keep on trying very hard. I just want to be recognized as a person who tried very hard. That's it. Once I written the lines, वतन की बात करता हूँ, मुझे मजहब से क्या लेना, मोहब्बत का मैं शायर हूँ, मुझे नफरत से क्या लेना. I talk about global village. What do I need to do with religion? I'm poet of love. What do I need to do with hatred? Secondly, it is not necessary that you should always win. मैं पोएट बनना चाहता हूँ. ऑब्सेशन कभी नहीं होना चाहिए किसी भी चीज़ को लेकर के. आई डोंट थिंक ऑब्सेशन इज इम्पोर्टेंट. शुड नॉट बी ऑब्सेस्ड. ठीक है, नहीं भी बने, वी विल एंजॉय इट. लाइन्स मुझे अपनी याद आ रही हैं, एक बार लिखी थी कि हर बंदा जितना चाਹੁੰਦਾ ਏ, तू हार के खुशियां वंड सजना, तेनू हार भी मिठी लगूगी जिवें हुंदी मिठी खंड सजना. दुनिया ने तेनू कुछ नहीं देना, बोल खुदा दे जप के देख, बहुता वड्डा ना तू बन, तू छोटा अदना बन के देख. दिलां दे उत्ते मैल जो लाया, तू मैल दिलां दा छंड सजना. हर बंदा जितना चाਹੁੰਦਾ ਏ, तू हार के खुशियां वंड सजना. Thank you.
This was such a beautiful answer. I have nothing to say. I'm speechless. I just have appreciation for you and a lot of respect. Of course, for any artist in any field, the love and appreciation from his audience decides his popularity in the world. But do you know what keeps him going? The motivation within him, the fire within him. How he pats his own back and says, yes, you can do it. I'm the winner. I'll do it. And that's what makes artists a unique person. Very well said, Jaideep. And I'm truly inspired from the way you live your life. I think that in the race of success, most of us are ignoring the small moments of happiness in our life. It's not necessary that you winning a competition or a situation defines you to be a winner. No. It's how you live your life and how you live that journey which defines your success. I feel journey is the most important aspect of life, which most of us are ignoring. We are running behind some invisible aim, some invisible popularity, and we are losing the little happiness in our life. Very well explained by Jaideep. क्यों डर है जिंदगी में क्या होगा, हर वक्त क्यों सोचें कि बुरा होगा, बढ़ते रहें बस मंजिलों की ओर, हमें कुछ मिले या ना मिले तो जुर्बा तो नया होगा. Start becoming the seekers of experience, not the seekers of success or victory. Success will come to your way if you start enjoying the journey, if you start living every bit of that journey. It's the experience that makes you what you are. Well, Jaideep, I truly believe that you yourself are an inspiration. Every word that you uttered in this podcast was inspiring, was motivational. But still, I would like you to recite a self composition of yours in which you have a message for the world, for the youth who are listening to you right now.
Thank you, Lovepreet. Thank you, Pawan, for bringing me here. Thanks a lot to Siddhi Baat also. And thanks to all the listeners of Siddhi Baat for listening me. There is a song, it's very famous and very old song of Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. ਉੱਥੇ ਅਮਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਨੇ ਨਵੇੜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇਰੀ ਜ਼ਾਤ ਪੁੱਛਣੀ. I feel so connected to that song, and out of that inspiration, I've written some lines. So the inspiration of that song, "Othe Amlan te hone ne navede," I would like to recite those lines here. I would also like to tell you that these are the lines I haven't recited anywhere till now. So this goes it goes like. ਉੱਥੇ ਅਮਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਨੇ ਨਵੇੜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇਰੀ ਜ਼ਾਤ ਪੁੱਛਣੀ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਤੂੰ ਕਰ ਇਸੇ ਵੇਲੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਪੁੱਛਣੀ ਰੰਗਾ ਮੇਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਕਰ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਾਨਾ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਰੰਗਿਆ ਜੇ ਤੂੰ ਮੰਗਣਾ ਤੇ ਰੱਬ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਮੰਗ ਵੇ ਤੂੰ ਬੰਦੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਕੀ ਮੰਗਿਆ ਜੋ ਅਕਾਲ ਹੈ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸਹਿ ਪੰਗ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੀ ਹੀ ਕਰਾਮਾਤ ਦਿਖਣੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਅਮਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਨੇ ਨਵੇੜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇਰੀ ਜ਼ਾਤ ਪੁੱਛਣੀ ਚੰਗਾ ਬੋਲ ਜ਼ਬਾਨੋਂ ਜੇ ਤੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੱਢਦਾ ਚੰਗਾ ਬੋਲ ਕੰਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਡਿੱਗ ਲੈਣ ਦੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਆਪੇ ਹੀ ਸਜਾਉਣਾ ਜ਼ਰਾ ਹੌਸਲੇ ਸਬਰ ਦੇ ਮੱਥੇ ਟਿਕ ਲੈਣ ਦੇ ਜੈ ਜੀ ਕੌਣ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਲਿਖਦਾ ਅਕਾਲ ਦੀ ਤਾਰੀਫ ਉਸੇ ਨਾਥ ਦੀ ਸਨਾਥ ਦੀ ਤੇ ਜ਼ਾਤ ਦੀ ਤਾਰੀਫ ਚੰਗਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਬਣ ਤੇ ਤੂੰ ਬਣ ਜਾ ਸ਼ਰੀਫ ਜੇ ਸੱਚੀ 'ਚ ਕੋਈ ਬਾਤ ਸਿੱਖਣੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਅਮਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਨੇ ਨਵੇੜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇਰੀ ਜ਼ਾਤ ਪੁੱਛਣੀ ਕੋਈ ਖਾਸ ਜ਼ਬਾਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਹੈਗੀ ਉਸ ਦੀ ਉਹਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਜ਼ਬਾਨ ਯਾਰਾ ਹੈਗੀ ਉਸ ਦੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਰੋਂਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਹਸਾ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਤਾਂ ਰੱਬ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਫੁੱਲ ਰੋਸ਼ਨੀ ਦਾ ਦੇਖੀ ਫਿਰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਖਿੜਦਾ ਇਹੋ ਜੱਗ ਵਾਲੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਚੋਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਸੱਚੀ ਗੱਲ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਕਿਤਾਬਾਂ ਸਿਰਮੌਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਰੱਬ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਉਂਦੇ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਵੇ ਰਹਿ ਗਈ ਲਿਖਣੀ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਆਪੇ ਹੀ ਲਿਖਾਊ ਉਹਨੇ ਆਪ ਲਿਖਣੀ ਜੈਦੀਪ ਵੀ ਆਖੇ ਉਸ ਯਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਤੇਰੀ ਇਹ ਜ਼ਮਾਤ ਦੇਖਣੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਅਮਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਨੇ ਨਵੇੜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇਰੀ ਜ਼ਾਤ ਪੁੱਛਣੀ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ
Wow. Once again, I'm speechless. I have only one thing to say. Every time I look at you, I feel so proud. Thank you so much for joining us on CD Baat, Jaideep. Thanks a lot for sharing your beautiful vision, extremely beautiful dreams, your extraordinary opinions, your experiences, and words of wisdom through your poetry. We are truly obliged to have you on this platform, and I really hope that you emerge as an icon for youth very soon in the future. I can see that youth leader in you already, and you're doing a very good work. I wish you all the very best for your future endeavors. And for those of you who have been following our podcasts and have heard this podcast till the end, I'm damn sure your heart would be filled with pride and exuberance right now. Of course, Jaideep has that charming personality, and I'm sure he must have charmed all of you. We all might be little dots on a huge white canvas, but trust me, we have that ability to actually change the dynamics of the world, of the universe. God is not in the seventh sky, the God is within you. Realize that supernatural power inside you. Your potential is much higher than you know. And start working at your end. One day we will definitely succeed in bringing about a change in this society. Don't do it to show it to someone. Do it because it's your religion, the first religion that we are born with. humanity. Signing off, this is your host Lovepreet Kaur. We'll see you in the next episode.